Good day, viewers at home. Today we are going to talk about inverse variation. In the previous lesson, we talked about direct variation, which we said is a relationship between two quantities in which increase in the value of one leads to increase in the value of the other, and also decrease in the value of one also leads to decrease in the value of the other. This one is inverse. From the name, inverse variation. It shows that when two quantities are connected, as the value of one is increasing, the other one is decreasing. And as the value of one is decreasing, the other one will be increasing. Let's take, for instance, a family man who budgets 5,000 naira for only rice in a month. 5,000 naira for just rice every month. Probably because the noodle of rice is 250 naira. So he felt with 5,000 naira he can buy 20 noodles, since one noodle is 250. So out of this 5,000 naira he can buy 20 noodles. When the price of rice increases from this 250 to 400, this man will no longer be able to buy 20 noodles. Now it's going to be 12 and a half, which is 12.5. That means his 5,000 naira will no longer be enough for him to buy 20 noodles because the price has increased. If the price increased further to, let's say, 500 naira in 5,000, that means he will be able to buy only 10 noodles of rice. So we can see from here, when the price is 250, the quantity he is able to buy is 20. When the price increased to 400, the number of noodles he was buying decreases to 12.5. When the price further increased to 500 naira, the quantity he buys becomes 10. So you can see that as the price is increasing, the quantity of that commodity you can buy with the same amount of money you have been spending before will be decreasing. That is a typical example of inverse variation. So let's take a question on this. X varies inversely as y, and x equals 8 when y equals 3. Find the relationship between x and y. Hence, find the value of y when x equals 6. Inverse variation is represented as this, and like we did in direct variation, we introduce equality sign. So then we also introduce the constant of variation, which is represented by k. You may choose to use another variable. You can use b, you can use c, you can use anything, but whatever you are using as your constant, indicate in bracket. Like this k now, you say k is what? Constant. So that it will be easy for the person who is going to mark your script to know what you mean by this k. So k is the constant. We have x equals k over y. These first values in every variation question is for us to get the value of k. So we are given that x equals 8 when y equals 3. So here, if we cross multiply, 8 will multiply 3. When 8 multiplies 3, we are going to have 8 multiplied by 3, that means k equals 24. So the constant of variation for this question is 24. Now, this is the formula connecting x and y. X equals k over y. And now that we have gotten the value of k to be 24, we will just substitute 24 over y. So now this is the relationship between x and y. Or in other words, you can say formula connecting x and y, or the law connecting x and y. So in any way the question comes, they are all saying the same thing. And We are asked to find the value of y when x is 6. When x is 6 equals 24 over y. Now, if you cross multiply here, 6 will multiply y, you have 6y equals 24. Now, you divide both sides by what? By the coefficient of y, which is 6. 6 cancels 6. 6 in 24 is 4. Now, if you check the values we have here, initially x was 8. Now, x is 6. Y was 3. Y is now 4. So we can see that as the value of x decreased, that of y increased. That's what we mean by inverse variation. If one value is increasing, the other one will be decreasing. So by the time you get your answer and you discover that as this x is decreased, y also is decreased, then you know that definitely something is wrong somewhere. So this is how to answer questions on inverse variation. Thank you.